guy tears an ACL or breaks an arm, it's visible. When a guy's brain or a person's brain isn't healthy, we don't always understand it, and I think it's up to us and people to have these types of platforms to be able to bring some awareness.
Rachel Joy Baribeau here. Welcome back to episode 2, season 5, the behind the scenes journey on our planning of the second mental health game we hosted this time with Maryland and Iowa, the first time between Minnesota and Maryland. And in this episode, I want to show you some of the media that happened the first time around and also the second time around behind the scenes. Look, we could not do what we do without people saying, I want to write about this mental health initiative. I want to write about what's happening. There are lots of people that just say, we're not interested. It's not a topic. We'd rather talk about the scores or the stats or those things. It is a topic in meeting rooms all over this country, and not just meeting rooms, in police departments, in corporations, in churches, in homes. We have to begin to talk about mental health, and in that, we normalize it and we destigmatize. We hope you are loving getting to see behind the scenes how these 2 amazing games were planned.
Rachel Baribeau, dear friend who, I heard her first speak when I was an assistant. There was no doubt she was the best speaker we had that year. She talked about taking off the mask, that you gotta be this tough gladiator, hardcore guy, but we all, beneath that mask, is who you really are, and we all have issues, we all have problems, we all have things that maybe make us uncomfortable.
I remember the first year, the game between Minnesota and Maryland in 2019, one of the reporters there asked me, what did I want to come out of this? And out of that interview came a battle cry. And I think each one of us has a battle cry in our soul, things we're longing to change in the world, things we're longing to do, the things that if they came to pass or they happened, we would just, fall to a puddle or be strengthened, however you respond. In times of joy, when you see something happen, and that battle cry for me was, what are you doing this for, right? Like, what's the hope here? And the battle cry was this: if one person in that stadium or at home, on social media or watching it on television, felt less alone, less defective, less depressed, if one person said that big bad football player can talk about their mental health and ask for help, then I can ask for help. Mental health has been such a huge focus and part of what I do. And what I tell men across the country, men are 3 times as likely to commit suicide as women. No matter what you look like, your socioeconomic background, where you come from, this idea with masculinity has been passed down. And it is that to be masculine, you've got to man up, shut up, put some dirt on it, and dang sure don't show emotion. And so because of that, men of all ages across the world are wearing a mask. Talk about your mask that you hide behind when you're struggling, that you don't want to show people who you truly are, what you're truly going through. When I got there on Wednesday afternoon at the second game, got to Maryland, got on the ground in College Park, one of the first things I was able to do was go to Coach Locksley's radio show that he has at Looney's, and it was so neat.
Rachel made the transition from broadcasting to what you're doing right now. You're making more of an impact now, believe me, than you probably made in broadcasting.
Absolutely.
And when you speak to a team, after it's all over, after you give your speech and your split, there's guys waiting around to talk to you, saying, I have never felt the way I feel I can maybe talk to you. I could talk to Coach Locksley.
Yeah, and here's the distinction with him, and he's going to, get embarrassed a little bit that I'm saying this in front of him. The distinction with him is I've been to 50 plus schools, and I work with a lot of schools multiple times, but the difference with him is he lives it every single day of the year. And so that's why I think there's so much success here and what's happening with this program, and there's so much trust and there's so much love and brotherhood and camaraderie, is because I tell him it's okay not to be okay, and then he reinforces that message every other day of the year, that it is okay to take off your mask.
Johnny Holiday, legendary broadcaster, Coach Mike Locksley, and Johnny Holiday whispers to me at the end, he said, in all my years, that's the best radio interview I've ever heard, I've ever done. I'm like, what? I'm like, are you kidding me? And I spoke from the heart. I spoke from my life. I spoke from my experience, and it resonated, obviously. On Thursday, we got to do media. I will never, ever take a radio or interview on camera, a written piece, whatever it is. I'll never take it for granted. As I mentioned, I spent 17 years doing it. When somebody says yes, when an editor says yes, when somebody says yes, taking a chance of doing a story on the movement, somebody's going to say, wow, that touched me. That was amazing. That changed my life. That made me go get help, whatever it is. Because I spent it on the other side, I have the deepest appreciation for it. And so that day was Coach Locksley's media interview, and we're very, very close to he and his wife, but we would play off of each other, and it was a Zoom media time, and people would ask questions, and they'd say, hey, this is both for you and Coach Locksley. This both means something so deeply to us. If this episode were dedicated to anybody, dedicated to the Meiko. And I told Kia, a great part of the work that I do is thinking about her son, Meiko.
In my own household, with my son, Meiko, it's changed considerably because learning and going through the experience we went through as a family with Meiko, it opened my eyes. And I can tell you, I can think back to when I first got into this business in '92 as a young coach, and the look that I saw in Meiko's eyes where I felt like I could see his soul. I've seen that look before with my players. And as a young coach, I didn't recognize that look or know what it meant. I got to know Rachel back in 2017, I think, or 2018 when she came and spoke at Alabama. And I saw the impact that her speech and her talk had on our players about, hey, you can be a gladiator and still take off the mask and say, look, I'm not doing okay.
Emily, do you see why I love him? I mean, seriously, like, it's the truth. That's who he is. And do we have a long way to go? Absolutely. But have we made some incredible ground over the past few years? Yes.
One of the people that we did media with was a reporter named Alex Blum. He was excited and enthusiastic about the chair, about sitting in the chair. He did a deal as part of his stand-up where he walked down the stairs.
This Friday's Maryland game is a big one, and Coach Locksley is hoping that with the help of this game, his friend, and this special chair, that him and the team can change the narrative about mental health.
And I'm like sitting in the background going, it was just incredible. It was absolutely incredible. So he was excited about it, which got me excited about it.
Baribeau says fans at Friday's game can sit in the chair and talk about mental health.
If one person in the stadium feels less alone, one person feels less defective, one person feels less unloved and feels moved because they see a big bad football player or Coach Locksley talk about their mental health, if they feel so moved to ask for help, to take off the mask, to say, I'm struggling, I need help, then we have won.
A dream that I've had for 3 or 4 years, and I pitched it to multiple people, and everybody loved the idea, but for whatever reason, COVID and other things, it just never came to fruition. And Maryland was the first one to say yes to it. So to walk in and see the chair with the Maryland regalia around it and on it, it was insane. Even before I got there, the chair was on the ground. It went to a men's soccer game. It went to a field hockey game. It culminated there on the concourse at the football game, and then we actually got it was brought down to the field. You could see the chair there on the sideline there in the football game going on in the background. My friend Anthony Pecorella, the king on the Maryland football team, got to come down, and we shot a tutorial for everybody on how to use the I'm Changing the Narrative chair, which the question, and it's for anybody.
You sitting in this chair is a dream come true to me.
This is a great creation that Rachel has had. If you want to be vulnerable with yourself, you want to be vulnerable with your family, just find a chair and just share your story with it. It does not matter. Go to I'mChangingTheNarrative.org to find these questions as well to help you be more vulnerable with yourself. Have a great day.
So you have to tune into the next episode to see what happens with this chair, the conversations, the people that got in the chair, what we were able to accomplish that, again, was a dream in my heart 3-4 years ago. I cannot wait to tell you about that in the next episode, about all the amazing things that happen with the chair. And as always, we want you to know this. If you are a business owner, large, medium, small, a CEO, whatever it may be, we would love to partner with you for progress. We can help you in so many creative, beautiful ways, make an impact in your community and your business, and you can help us scale and grow and help more people. The link is below. We would love to have a conversation with you on how you can help change the narrative on mental health and total wellness. And we would love to partner with you for progress. Can't wait to talk.